Hello everybody, Global Warming Skeptic here, and this is the Young Turks is Exposed title, Secular Bullshit. Now, I've done this entire video in a section, but I'm redoing this whole thing because I want to get just the meat of this issue down. So let me give you some context before I play you what Kyle Bullshit Kalinske here said. Is basically, this is about a New York Times article that states that Trump's companies owe $650 million worth of debt. And so, and I give you further, the New York Times also includes Trump's LLCs in there, which are just basically Trump licenses his name out so that they can put the name on an LLC, and Trump may get minority ownership as part of the deal with that company. Now that's going to be very important because let me play you what Kyle exactly said.
Man, it really is. They continue, the Republican owns minority stakes in an opaque network of partnerships and limited liability companies and relies on credit and loans to prop them up. That's exactly what we told you it was from the...
Okay, so, given the context that I informed you guys about earlier, I want you guys to explain to me, if Trump has minority ownership, that's key word, ownership. That is, he owns maybe 10-15% of the shares of a particular company, maybe even less. Trump does not, he's not a CEO of these companies. He does not have majority ownership. So, how can Trump, who does not control these companies, rely on debt and credit lines to prop these companies up? Do you guys understand how you're being played for fools here? With what Kyle is saying. Kyle knows what he's saying. And now you don't, if you're licensing your name out to a company that already has ownership that you did not create, in what way do you have control? It'd be like, let me just give you an example. Say you have a 401k, and let's just say that 401k contains 500 shares from, say, Kmart. Does that mean that you're responsible for Kmart's debt in any way? Does that mean that you're in the boardroom looking at sales figures, looking at profit margins, trying to find out where to cut costs and say, oh, and raising your hand to the board of directors saying, oh, we got to get more loans, we got to increase our credit line because our business is failing? No. Just because you have a stake in a company does not mean you control that company. It does not mean you operate that company. See, when you pull out a loan, you're doing it for operating procedures of the company. All Trump is probably doing is collecting a modest dividend from the company, and that's it. I doubt he's even trying to have control over who runs the company. And Trump does not run it. So again, this is part of the thing with the Young Turks, where they're trying to insult your intelligence. If you are a Young Turks fan and you are open, I want you to listen. They're playing you for fools. The Young Turks, Kyle, and don't tell me Kyle is not the Young Turks because he works with them, he's in cahoots with Cenk, he's on shows with Cenk. Don't tell me they're not in contact with stories, swapping around, suggesting. They are together. This is the kind of stuff you hear from the Young Turks. So when you hear Kyle say he's about policy substance, it's a lie, because this is factually incorrect. Factually incorrect, and he knows it. He knows what an LLC is because I believe he's explained it before. And I probably should have pulled up the video so that I could give you an example of that, but you have to take me at my word. He has explained what an LLC was before. So he knows he's playing you guys for fools. He knows it. And that's what this alternative media is doing. Much of it. Even Alex Jones. Even Michael Savage. I'm not saying right-wingers aren't immune, but you guys have to start watching and stop being fanboys. You have to stop. Because otherwise, he's just going to get more and more lazy, and he's just going to tell you something that he thinks is going to stick more than something because it relates to the truth. And again, I will repeat, you're being played for fools, folks. Don't let them do it to you. Thanks for listening. God bless.